How do you check airflow using an anemometer and find out the CFM using my new CFM calculator? You're watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad. This is Taddy Digest. Let's go. Today we're going to use an anemometer and we're going to use my new CFM calculator that's inside of the ACToolPro app. This is a new update and this is a game changer. Why do you need to figure out CFM? You may need to raise the fan speed or lower the fan speed depending on the CFM that you get. This is a great way for you to find out that CFM quickly using an anemometer and then your phone in the other hand. So let's go ahead and put the anemometer to work, figure out the CFM, and then I'm going to give you a little bonus that's inside the app today as well. To figure out the CFM, we need to take a number of readings on our return grill. Your system may have 2 return grills, it may have 1 return grill. For this system, we've only got 1 return grill, and we got to know the size. So if you take out the filter, you can figure out the size, or you can take a tape measure to it. Or if you can just look at it and figure out the size, then you're probably a seasoned pro. So this one right here is 20 by 30. We can take out that filter, and we can look at it, and we can see that right here it says 20 by 30 by 1. I'm going to take that filter out, that way I can get a more accurate reading. And what we do is we take a number of readings, whether it's 16 or 20 readings, that way we can get an average. So what we do is we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 16 readings total. We could do 20, but I set up my app for 16, which makes it to where you can do the work a little bit quicker. Now that you know exactly what we're going to be doing, let's get started. Got the anemometer ready, and I got my new app ready. If you don't have the new app, go to ACToolPro.com, download ACToolPro. Open the app. Once you open it, go to the bottom, click Calc, and you're going to see my new Airflow CFM calculator. What's great about this is we can actually add a second grill. So if there's another grill or if there's a third grill, you can add that. We're only going to use the 1 grill today for this equipment because that's all we got. So go ahead and turn on the anemometer. We'll start at the top left and let's click on that first block, 122. Move over. 128. Move over again. Third block, 130. Let's just do 131. Move over. 140. Let's go back down here. Let's see, 175. Move over. 200. Let's do 190. Move over. Let's do 220. All right. Third row of readings. 260. Go over. 270. Keep going. I've got it about 1 inch off the grill. 270. 12th reading. 280. All right. Last row. This one's 300. All right. 340. Last 2. 350. And then the last one is 330. All right, once you get those, then you get the length and the width. So we already know the length is 30, the width is 20, and the free area, I use 0.75. So 0.75. Now it tells us the CFM. which is 724. Now we need to go find out the tonnage, but we already know the tonnage. I'm going to go ahead and put the tonnage in down here. Average feet per minute is 232, and then the tonnage was 4 for this equipment. Says right here, low. The fan speed, the airflow is low. What do we need to do? It gives you the recommendation. Raise the speed. And of course I agree, because anything lower than 300, I'm going to be raising the fan speed. Anything higher than 500 feet per minute on my return grill, I'm going to be lowering the fan speed. Total CFM for this 4-ton unit is 724. That's ridiculous. Why? Because a 4-ton unit should have 1600 CFM. I'm doing 400 CFM per ton. So 3-ton, 1200 CFM. 2-ton, 800 CFM. 4-ton, 1600 CFM. And you'll learn all about that in the app in my guides under airflow. So now that we know this, I'm going to go show you how to raise the fan speed real quick, and we're going to redo our readings. Here's the HVAC equipment. You can see it's running right now. And if we go to the model number, we can see PCG6B48. So it is a 4-ton, 125. So probably 125,000 BTU in the heat, 48,000 BTU for the cooling. Right here is how we adjust the airflow. You see the control board? And then up here, we've got cool, heat, blower delay. You see those black things on the pins? Those are jumper caps or shorting jumpers. Those connect those pins. And you can see right now, cool is on D. Well, if you look at the airflow performance charts in the installation manual, you'll see D is the lowest airflow setting. So I'm going to take that off like this, hold it in my hand, see that? These are for configuring the blower delay or the airflow. I'm going to put that on A. Now we may have to reset power, may not, but now we've adjusted the airflow. It's good to know your external static pressure as well. To download the manual for any unit, usually you just type in the first PCG6B48 and then type in installation manual on Google, and most units will display that manual. You can find it on Google and then download it, and you can learn all about this. You can actually look at those airflow performance charts. Now that we've adjusted the airflow, let's go back inside and let's find out what our CFM is using the app. All right, let's check the airflow again. Let's see what's changed and if we need to lower that fan speed or raise that fan speed some more. Let's go to Calc in the app. There's the airflow CFM calculator. Turn on the anemometer. The first reading we get is 200. The second reading is let's just say 185. Third reading, 200. Fourth reading, let's do 195. Let's go down here. Fifth reading, let me turn on the light for you. Let's go 240. Sixth reading, let's do 270. Seventh reading, looks like 280. Eighth reading, let's do 275. All right, let's go down here. Looks like 350. 370. Let's go 380. Oh, we're up in the 4s. Okay. Let's go 415. All right. Our last row. Let's go. It's bouncing around. Let's go 400. Let's go 410. 440. and 430. All right, we got all the readings. Let's retype in the grill, 30 by 20 by 0.75. Wait, what? 0.75. Looks like our average feet per minute is 315. Before it was like 200. And our CFM is 984. So that's a lot better, but that's not gonna cut it. That's not good. Now, one thing you wanna do is if you have a 2-stage unit, that means you've got more than one stage for cooling, you need to make sure it's on second stage, unless you're checking each individual stage. This unit is 2-stage. So we could be in first stage, but I'm pretty sure we're in second stage. So there could be something wrong. Now that you know how to use the calculator, now that you know how to use the anemometer and figure out the CFM with the built-in formula that I've got, I'm going to show you a little bonus here. Let's go get our temperature probe. Now there's something else I've put inside the app for you, and it is a capacity calculator. So you can figure out the BTU in cooling or in heating. And this is great because if you install a piece of equipment and it's rated for 36,000 BTUs in cooling, but it's only pushing 24,000, then there may be a problem. And if it's a split system, it could be the charge needs to be dialed in. It might not be just airflow. It may be there's a problem with the ductwork. It may be that it's leaking. So then you can figure that out, right? But at least you can know if you put something in and it's rated for a certain amount of BTUs, you can know if it's actually pushing that output or its capacity. If not, then we can figure out the problem. And this is added value too. So we're in the calculator right now. You can see total CFM was 984, way too low. It tells us with our tonnage input, 4 ton, that our airflow is low. We need to raise the speed. We can go on down. We can find out our heating BTU by getting the supply air and the return air temperature. Since our CFM is already in there, it's going to give us our BTU for heating. That's great. But we're in the cooling mode, so we're going to go ahead and use this formula right here. You can see CFM's already in there, 984. Now we're going to get the return and the supply enthalpy. So what we do is we get our psychrometer, and it's been sitting here for a little while. You can see it's 18.5 at the return. See that? 18.5, the bottom number there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. We're going to just put 18. Now I'm going to go over to the supply and get that enthalpy. All right, got the psychrometer in one of the supply vents, and you can see right now it is 12.5, and that is the supply air enthalpy, 12.5. All right, so I'm going to put that in, 12 point, well, I can just put 12. It looks like the cooling BTU is 2.2 tons. Looks like it's going down though, 12.4. 26,578 BTUs. So obviously something is wrong. It could be the ductwork. It could be that we're actually not going into second stage. But this is a great tool because I can just screenshot this real quick, or I can go over to the customer, whether it's heating, whether it's cooling, and I can go, hey, there's a problem and it's with your duct, and we found this, and I got the pictures, and we need to modify the duct, or we need to install new ductwork, or it's leaking. We need to air seal it. So it's great. This is a great tool. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm so glad I did this. You can tell the customer exactly what the BTU is in heating. You can tell the customer exactly what the BTU is in cooling. Not just tell them, but you can show them. The app has the calculators there for you so that you can do this quickly in the field and be able to have that value right there for the customer. I guarantee your competition is not going to be able to tell the customer what that equipment's doing. And to be able to tell them what the equipment's doing is to show them that you know what you're doing. So that's the great thing about ACToolPro and the new airflow calculator. Hope you guys enjoyed that little demonstration. I've enjoyed making this because I believe it's really going to help those of you out there that don't have the calculator and you have the anemometer, but you don't know how to use it. So now you got the anemometer, now you got the app, you got the temperature probe, you got the psychrometer. You do these quick readings, and then in the field, you are a pro. Even if you're not 10 years into this trade, you look like a pro. So it's going to be amazing what you're going to be able to do for the customers out there. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something. If you did learn something, let me know what it was down in the comments. You got a question? Remember, questions can lead to new content. So put your questions down below. If you don't have a question, that's okay. Let me know who you are and let me know where you're from. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, smash that bell, ding, so you know what I'm doing. You want more videos like this? Go check out my playlist, HVAC Tips for Technicians. I've got hundreds of videos of live experience as a technician in the field to help you be a better technician. You've been watching HVAC Tips for Technicians. I'm Tad. This was Taddy Digest, and I'll keep you cool if you let me. Go to ACToolPro.com to download the new app, ACToolPro. Links in the description.